You're now tuned in to the Real Money Coach broadcast with host Tony Jackson, author of the book Increase, Protect, and Dominate Your Money. Get ready for winning tips and strategies to effectively manage your finances and learn the key principles of protecting and dominating your money. Now, here's author and host Tony Jackson.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9. I am your host, Tony Jackson. And listen, you can listen to this broadcast on every platform that you get your podcast. Listen, I'm so excited about it. I see many people are downloading it. So please share this information with your family and friends. Listen, today is the first Saturday in February, which means for many people, it is really time to talk about taxes and what's going on with your taxes and your tax refunds and all these types of things. And so I'm going to really dedicate today's show to just getting us prepared. And so it's so important that we make sure that we have all the proper documents, because if we do not have the proper documents and we have to go back and file amended return, that is a red flag for the IRS to, flag you for an audit. And, none of us want to have our tax returns audited by the IRS. And so the reason why I think this is pertinent and it's important for this particular time in this particular show is because there's many people, and I've talked to a lot of people, it's like, I haven't got my W-2s yet. I haven't got my 1099s and all these types of things yet. Well, here's the thing. By law, those things have to be postmarked by January 31st. And so if you have an employer or you have someone that you did work for that's sending you a 1099, those things have to be postmarked by January 31st. And so with mail time, you could be sitting here right now, a few days into the February and still haven't received those things. So don't panic about it. I do believe that they're on their way. Many places have it where you can go online and retrieve that information. But the important thing is that you want to make sure that you're taking that information to your professional tax preparer. And so what I'm going to do in our the Real Money Coach community, our private Facebook group, I'm going to post a link to some of the information I'm sharing with you today. Please go there and pull that information off. This actually came off of the information I'm sharing with you, came from the Jackson Hewitt, no relationship, Jackson Hewitt tax website. So check it out. There are a number of different things, activities, a number of different life-changing moments that you would need to make sure that you're prepared for. And I want to name some of those all for you. And then in the middle of the show, we're going to interview with Issia Lee. Issia Lee is a 25-year-old entrepreneur. She has one of the fastest growing travel agencies in the country. And so you do want to check that interview out in terms of what she's going to share with us. But what I'm going to share with you is just kind of these life-changing events, life things that you want to be aware of when it comes to your taxes. We'll have the interview, and then I will come back and give you a detailed list of different documents that you need. So make sure that you go to our website or go to our private Facebook page, the Real Money Coach community, or make sure you grab a pencil and paper for the last segment of our show as I go through those lists. But here's some of the life changes, life events, things that that you want to know about. And this is an interactive website. And so the first one is, do you have a job? Are you employed? If so, you should be getting a W-2. Self-employed is another one of those things, or you own a business. Make sure that you have your receipts, your business expenses, etc. Do you have children? If you have children or dependents, that's something you need to be prepared for. Do you own a home? Do you own a home? We're going to talk about some of the documents that you might need if you own a home. If you sold a house in 2022, you will need certain closing documents. If you own rental property, that's another big one. If you have student loans, you want to make sure have that information available. If you paid tuition in 2022, okay? If you have insurance through the marketplace, the Affordable Care Act, what we call Obamacare, making sure that you have that information. If you sold stocks or mutual funds, and I would say even if you have redeemed some Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, where you ended up turning that into cash, you need to have that information. If you have more than $1,500 in interest and dividends, got to have some information there. And if you donated to a charity, you want to make sure you are aware of that. And then lastly, another life event that could have an impact is if you were in a federally declared disaster. So those are some of the life events that could happen in one's life that would cause you to need some extra documents. And as I mentioned, when we come back after the interview, I will actually go through, I will read down a list of documents as it relates to those areas that I just mentioned that you want to make sure that you have ready for your tax preparer. Whether you have it in a file, shoebox, or whatever, let's have the documentation ready so that we don't have to file an amended return and be, put ourselves on the hot list to have an audit by the IRS. Listen, we're going to take a quick music break. I'm going to come back with Issia Lee's interview, and then we're going to come back and finish up this conversation about documentation that you need for your taxes. You're listening to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9 and every place that you get your podcast.
It's all right. It's okay. Don't you let your troubles get in your way. Just believe and have faith. Know that He is with you every day. Sometimes it's hard to say you're doing okay when you're trying to hide the pain on your face. Times are getting harder. You pray and you pray. Just keep hoping, believing. Hold on to your faith. It's alright. It's okay. And it's okay. Don't you let your troubles get in your way. Don't let your troubles just believe. Just believe. And have faith. Know that He is with you. Know the Lord is with you. Follow the way.
There are times when you can't seem to find your way. The skies are dark and you can't tell night from day. Put a smile on your face. Keep holding on.
Keep holding on.
Brighter days are coming and it won't be long.
It's alright. It's alright. It's okay. Hey, it's okay. Don't you let your troubles. Don't let it get in your way. Just believe, brother. And have faith, mother. Know that the Lord is with you every step of the way. It's alright. It's okay. And it's okay. Don't let your troubles get in your way.
Hey, Grace family, join author Tony Jackson for the Real Money Coach broadcast each and every Saturday morning from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Praise 100.9. Mr. Jackson enlightens you on the real secrets of money. He'll also help you increase, protect, and dominate your money. You can also catch Tony Jackson's The Real Money Coach every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube. Check out The Real Money Coach, Mr. Tony Jackson, every Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Praise 100.9.
Hey, Tony Jackson here. You know me as the Real Money Coach. Listen, I want to encourage you to do something. And what I want to encourage you to do is email me your questions, your comments, or even suggestions of topics that you'd like us to cover on the Real Money Coach Show, you can email it to info@therealmoneycoach.com. Again, that's info@therealmoneycoach.com. Email us your questions, your comments, your suggestions, and we will answer those on air and also on our Facebook Live YouTube show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you email us so that we can get that information that you want to know in your ears. I am Tony Jackson, the Real Money Coach.
And welcome back to the Real Money Coach broadcast with author and host, Tony Jackson.
Welcome back to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9, Charlotte's inspiration station, in every place that you get your podcast. As I mentioned to you today, listen, earlier in the show, I talked about I have this phenomenal guest on with me today. And what she does is so important. And we're going to kind of unpack that a little bit of why that's so important. But we have the person in Issia Lee, and she is she's an entrepreneur, which, you know, we love entrepreneurs at the Real Money Coach Show. She has a travel agency and based out of Houston, but she services people all over. Actually, she has locations in Houston and Atlanta. And here's the thing that I love about this is that it says that she can save you 70 to 80% off the market price for your dream vacation. And she's on the line with us. Miss Issia, how are you doing today? I'm sorry. How are you doing today?
Hi, it's okay. I'm doing fine.
Good. I'm so glad that you took some time out to talk to our viewers this morning. And I'm looking forward to really unpacking your business. And you know, you are one of the fastest growing travel agencies in the country. And the thing about it, if I'm correct, you only 25 years old.
Yes, I am.
All right. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about you and how you got started in this business?
Sure. So my name is Issia Lee. I started my business at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. I know it sounds super crazy. During the pandemic, everyone was lost. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know where they was going to get the rest of their income from. So during that time, I wanted to take control of my pockets. So I thought, why not start a business? So I literally seen an ad that was advertising on Facebook of, become a travel agent for $69. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. You know, it's just $69. So if I do good, I just came up off of $69, but if it doesn't succeed, it was just $69. So I decided to take that risk on myself, and I have no signs of slowing down now.
So wait a minute. You started your business with an investment of $69. That's amazing.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes,
that was very unexpected, but it was really great.
Well, you know, so often we see these different ads on Facebook and different places. And a lot of times, you know, we have this, you know, I look at them as like, is this really real or not? But you took a risk and it's paid off for you.
Right. I did.
So tell us
It was such a small investment.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about what you do then and as a travel agency. Tell us a little bit about what you do. I've been to your website. I've seen some bad places that you have in your portfolio of vacations. I told my wife, man, we might have to take you up on one of these.
Okay, so we provide luxury concierge services. So we find the best hotels, the best vacation homes, cabins, rentals, and things of that nature. So we utilize our industry experience, vendor knowledge, and relationships with a lot of these different vendors, such as like Delta, the hotels, all of the airlines and things of that nature. And we combine all of those relationships to find you the best package there is on the market. So everything is all customized. And like you mentioned before, our prices be 70 to 80% of the market. So whether you find a different package for a better price or however it goes, I can assure you that the package we put together for you will outbeat any other one that you can find.
Now, I noticed on your website, you have some pre-packages, just kind of I guess kind of some staple things that you do. So what if someone says, what if I said, hey, I want to go to Dubai? Is that something that you could get and get me that 70% off market?
Yeah, so it's not 70% off. It just beats the 70 to 80% of the prices that you will see.
Oh, gotcha.
So if you wanted to go to Dubai, what I would do is customize a package for you. So we get to collect all of your information, what you want to do, the dates you want to go, how much you want to spend, the things that you would like to see while you're there. And we research on the thousands of vendors that we have to find what works for you and what's in your range, what's in your interest, and things of that nature. And we put it together and we present you with a few options to say, hey, which one of these do you like? And we allow our customers to view the options that we presented them and approve the package that they want. So it's not a 70% off, but it's a 70 to 80% of a price. We beat the prices that you may get 70 or 80% of the time.
Understood. Well, I think vacationing, self-care is so important. And in light of everything that we've seen in the last couple of weeks, with the incident down in Memphis and the economy, you mentioned that you launched your business in the middle of COVID and all these type of things. We think it's just very important that we, have that self-care, that we get away from our businesses, be able to relax and enjoy and have some quality time. So what you're providing is a tremendous service. On the show Tuesday, what I really want to unpack is I want to unpack your journey as an entrepreneur and how at just age 25, you are now one of the fastest growing travel agencies in the country. So I'm looking forward to Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook Live. So thank you for joining us this morning, and I can't wait for Tuesday.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great one.
Well, hey, listen, before we go, I do want to do this. If someone's listening right now and they want to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
You can add us on Facebook on our business page at Issia's Travel & Co. And that way you get to see all of our deals firsthand before we post them on any other site. You're able to communicate with us via Facebook, Messenger as well, and Instagram at Issia.Lee.
Awesome. Thank you again. Hey, listen, folks, you are listening to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9. We're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back and close our show out. This is Tony Jackson, your host.
Oh God, we want it now. I don't know about you, but I'm sensing this. Oh God, we need it. And hear the cry of your people, God. Oh God, we want you. We're patiently waiting for you. We need you. Come on, is that your cry tonight? We're hungry. Yes, Lord. We're thirsty for you. We want you. And we've been waiting, God. We're patiently waiting for you. Lord, we will wait for you, 'cause all we want is you. Lord, we will wait for you, 'cause all we want is you. Oh, we will wait for you, 'cause all we want is you. Yes, God. Lord, we will wait for you, 'cause all we want is you. Lord, we wait, 'cause all we want is you. Lord, we will.
Praise family, join author Tony Jackson for the Real Money Coach broadcast each and every Saturday morning from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Praise 100.9. Mr. Jackson enlightens you on the real secrets of money. He'll also help you increase, protect, and dominate your money. You can also catch Tony Jackson's The Real Money Coach every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube. Check out The Real Money Coach, Mr. Tony Jackson, every Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Praise 100.9.
Hey, Tony Jackson here. You know me as The Real Money Coach. Listen, I want to encourage you to do something. And what I want to encourage you to do is email me your questions, your comments, or even suggestions of topics that you'd like us to cover on the Real Money Coach show. You can email it to info@therealmoneycoach.com. Again, that's info@therealmoneycoach.com. Email us your questions, your comments, your suggestions, and we will answer those on air and also on our Facebook Live YouTube show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you email us so that we can get that information that you want to know in your ears. I am Tony Jackson, the Real Money Coach.
And welcome back to the Real Money Coach broadcast with author and host, Tony Jackson.
Welcome back to the Real Money Coach show. Listen, I'm telling you something, Issia Lee, I think we're going to have a great time, and you may even find out a way to get yourself a vacation package at a deal when you tune in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, and also LinkedIn, and as well as wherever you can get your podcasts. Now, listen, this next few minutes I'm going to share with you, I'll be honest with you, it's not the most exciting information, right? But it is information that you need to know. As I mentioned before the interview, I gave you some of the personal type of situations, life events, life types of things that have impact on your taxes and what you need to do to be prepared to take your tax return information, get it prepared, by a professional. Now, what I'm going to do now, and I told you to grab your pen and your paper, because I am actually going to go through the list of the key documents in each of these particular areas. And as I mentioned, also, I will post this on inside our Facebook group, the Real Money Coach community. Join that Facebook group and you will see this post in there where you can actually, it's an interactive website. You can pick those things that apply to you and it'll tell you what documents you need. But I'm going to run down through the list, and it's just a laundry list of things that you need to file your taxes, okay? So let's get started, right? So the first is on the personal side. You're going to obviously need your Social Security number. You're going to need your spouse's Social Security number, your tax ID number, those type of things. So that's what you're going to need on the personal side. For your dependents, also, you're going to need their Social Security numbers, any records in terms of, custodial agreement with your kids, those type of thing. Child care records, right? So that you can get the child care deductions and refunds and all that. So you're going to need the child care records, including the provider's tax ID number. That's very important. So when it comes to income, obviously you're going to need your W-2s. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, those things had to be in the mail by January 31st. So you're going to need that. If you received unemployment, you're going to need a 1099-G. That's where they report your unemployment wages on that form. If you're self-employed, obviously you're going to need any 1099s that you have. If you have a partnership or LLC, you're going to need your 1099-K, which gives a record of your expenses or your income from your LLC that you have to report on your taxes personally. And obviously you need information about your home office, your business expenses, all those type of things, credit card statements, etc. If you have rental property, you're going to need records of your income and expenses as it relates to that. You're also going to need any rental assistance information that you may have gotten. Also, depreciation and those type of things, any taxes that you might have paid as it relates to rental income. So that's for if you own rental income, including Airbnbs in that as well. If you're retired, you will get a form called the 1099-R. 1099-R, that's your pension, IRA, annuity income. It will have how much of it is taxable. And then also you will get a SSA 1099 if you are receiving Social Security benefits. These are income. Again, on the savings and investments, dividends part of income, you're going to need any 1099 DIV for dividend income, or 1099 INT, which is investment income. So you're going to need all those documents that you need to take to your provider. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, NFTs, those type of things, you're going to need to know what your cost was for those investments so that can be taken out of what you were received in terms of if you actually turn those into regular dollars. In other words, taking out your investment. Some miscellaneous things that you might need is a state refund, gambling income, jury duty income, prizes and awards. All these types of things are miscellaneous things. If you own a home, you're going to need a 1099-R, right? And that's for mortgage interest. You're also going to need records of your cash contributions to charitable organizations, as well as non-cash contributions. On the medical side, you're going to need both all the expenses paid to doctors, hospital, dentists, all those type of things, as well as money that you paid for health care insurance. Miles driven in your car, and other travel expenses if you had to travel to the doctor and those type of things. Child care expenses, what you pay for daycare, we need that. What you pay to a babysitter, you need that. Education expenses, there's a Form 1098-T that you get from the college, as well as receipts from, qualified education expenses, those type of things, scholarships, and etc. And then there's a 1098-E, which is your student loan interest that you paid. And as we close out this list, any other things like HSA contributions to IRAs, these types of things, you're going to need those records as well. And then finally, if indeed you received any money for federal declared disaster stuff, you're going to need those records as well. So I just ran down a whole list. Again, these are some of the major documents that you might need. This is off of jacksonhewitt.com website. It's called Tax Document Checklist, and I will post that in our Facebook group. Listen, thank you for tuning in. We covered some very important information. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, on Facebook Live and YouTube. This is The Real Money Coach, and I am your host, Tony Jackson. Have a great weekend. I'm gone. I'm out. Enjoy yourself.
We hope you've enjoyed the Real Money Coach broadcast with author and host Tony Jackson. We encourage you to utilize today's strategies and principles to manage your money in the most effective and winning way. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to send us an email, TonyJacksonAgency@gmail.com, or you can reach us on all social media platforms. And if you would like a copy of Tony Jackson's book, Increase, Protect, and Dominate Your Money, log on to www.therealmoneycoach.com. Until next week's empowering broadcast, God bless.